Panel, listen. There is a big inconsistency in opposition bench. Opening opposition stands for complete secession. Closing opposition stands for integration, which means that the nation state should stand in the society. Why we tell you our word best solves the problem, whether it is secession or nation state, which we tell you our true federalism, which we give to you from closing opposition, best solve the problem, is what we are going to give you in this debate, and that is why we clearly win this debate. What did we hear from Boachi in this debate? He told you that there is need for equitable distribution of resources. We tell you that their integration will not lead to equitable distribution of resources in their world. Why? Because as they said in opening opposition, corruption exists. In as much as corruption exists, people will not get what they want in the society. But aside from corruption that exists in the society, in the current society, there is marginalization that exists, and integration will not solve the problem of marginalization that exists in the society in itself, right? So what will ensure equitable distribution of resources, right? When people have their autonomy to self-govern themselves and know how to manage their resources themselves and use it for self-development in itself, they make a claim that there is no difference between our proposition and the current society. We tell you that's a false claim, and that's a lie. The difference between the present society and the true federalism which we are talking about is that states own autonomy to manage their resources. In this present society, states don't own their own autonomy to manage resources in the society. And secondly, states make laws that govern them which are not even subject to federal influence. But in the present society, states don't make laws that govern themselves, federal make laws that govern themselves. Right? When people have self-autonomy to make decisions that conform to their nature, to conform to their ideology, to conform to who they are and religious lines, we believe that solves the problem of marginalization that exists. One most ridiculous argument which they make is that compulsion leads to less interaction. That's flawed and that's shitty. Why? First of all, compulsion is necessary in instances where government sees that your agitation doesn't give you a better benefit. And we are going to show you why the secession in itself doesn't give you a better benefit and your integration doesn't give you a better benefit. So, actually what leads to interaction is when people can opt into a particular ideology which they can easily relate to. Why is that achieved in our world, right? In our world where the people are governed by their own self-autonomy, we tell you that people can easily opt into these ideologies and they can easily relate with one another because they have the same ideology, they have the same religion, they are most homogeneous, they have the same culture. That is why they easily interact than their world where people have multiplicity of ideologies which people don't even buy in the first place. Their multiplicity of ideology don't lead to interaction, our world leads to interaction. What did my member tell you in this debate that clearly wins this debate? Before I continue, let me talk openly.
So in your world, if there's going to be a federal government, what would be their role?
Sit down. Federal government exists in the United States, but state-owned autonomy, right? So state autonomy ultimately will make societies govern themselves in itself, right? This ultimately makes them to manage their resources. But federal government only plays an overseeing role, but doesn't have an imposed authority on these regional bodies. Imposed authority is one key thing in the society. We tell you that in our world that people ultimately will rule themselves, then there is not even need for them to fight for the presidential seat, but they rather look at their regional seats for them to self-actualize themselves. Why does secession don't solve the problem? In instances where secession exists, which my member told you, secession exists and there are still minorities. The problem of corruption will still exist and there is still lack of manpower and population, right? Because the nation is split into different factions, right? And when that occurs, ultimately the nation will not grow as a whole, right? But in our world, people contribute for the national building and national upgrading in itself. So why? Another thing which you should understand is minority interests are not protected in their secession. Why and how? We tell you that even in the IPOB and Biafra mass agitation, there are still factions that have not opted into this ideology, right? And this Biafra, when their secession is granted, they will coerce them to join into the ideology. That is ultimately harmful, and that it will ultimately lead for more secession agitation in the society. That will lead for more breaking down of the society. We believe in a nation where everybody contributes in the society, and if individuals still own identity, still own self-autonomy, still owns right to decide what happens to them. Opting in and opting out is better on our side than in their side. Why their world ultimately falls is because people, when there is multiplicity of ideology, people ultimately have problems. That is what we have in the society. Heterogeneous societies lead into more crisis, right? So in instances where there is heterogeneous societies, there is ideological clashes, and ideological crisis leads to more factions in the society. That's ultimately wrong and harmful to our societies. We believe when people have the right to self-govern themselves, to self-actualize, is more achieved in our world. We told you that equitable resources will be achieved in our world. How will equitable resources be achieved in our world? In instance where, sit down. In instances where people harness resources which they have for self-development, they ultimately know how to manage those resources in themselves, right? And when they know how to manage those resources, they ultimately use it for their self-development, right? People will not even play the blame game that federal government is not representing them in the society, right? And that is one of the things that has led to more crisis in the society, right? When people ultimately manage these resources, it leads to self-development first and national development second, right? There is a need for you to self-prioritize yourself, which is more achieved in our world, right? So in instances where there is equitable resources, it's more in our world than anything they give to you in this debate. Secondly, we tell you how it represents minorities. We tell you in our world where it is divided into more homogeneous, semi-autonomous societies, what happens? Minorities can easily opt into these ideological lines. Why? Because they are more represented in the ideological lines, and they have the same belief, they have the same culture, and they have the same religious lines, right? And in such instance, people ultimately stand as one. And when they stand as one, it ultimately represents them. Than their world where there is coercion, than their world where people will not even stand together, there is heterogeneity in their world. Our world better solves the problem. True federalism and why it is key in the society. Nigeria is practicing a quasi-federalism. That is a key thing for you to know in this debate. True federalism is where states own autonomy, which is what we are purporting in this debate, and that can only lead to self-development, self-actualization, and that solves the problem of both minorities and majorities. We are proud to propose this motion.